Yep, that's it everyone. I quit. I am not going for that fragment fusion anymore, and we need to talk, okay? What's up guys, this is your boy Rusian with another Raid Shadow Legends video. Now, so, if you guys know, on my free-to-play and on my main account, I have been going for Esme's fusion, right? That person right here. So, Esme, and don't forget guys, if you guys download the game, use my link below, you get Karato as your first legendary champion, Uugo at level 25, Rector Drath at level 40, Tagoar at level 45, and Mausoleum Mage at level 50. And remember, using that link does not stop you from being able to get great champions using new players' promo codes like Sun Wukong and Sigmund. So let's get back to the video. Now, I have 30 fragments on this account. I have a little bit more on my main account. And it's not that it would be impossible, but what my problem is, let's look at her kit really quick. So her kit, Blade Juggler, 50%, increased attack buff no allies for 1 turn on A1, not too bad. Attacks all enemies, place a weaken and block buffs, and increase accuracy and increase speed on the A3. Right, not going too deep into it. So she's not a bad champion, she's a pretty decent champion. I couldn't test her, I don't have access to the test server. The problem I've been having, and that's just not on the free-to-play, but in the Most with Dancer's path and everything, the amount of resources I spent so far in that fusion, not to even be halfway in, well, about halfway in now, I never spent this amount in any other fusion, okay? I was guesstimating just on my main account, I probably spent 50% more resources than I would anywhere else. I mean, the Dungeon Divers has been kind of a little insane, I will feel. I really spent way too much resource on that, way more than ever. So this is actually the first fusion I chose not to do for over a year. So about 1.5 years ago, I just decided to do every single fusion, pretty much pick up every single champion that the game was releasing, and was fine. I had no problems, even without, if I chose not to spend money, I still was able to get all those champions. Now, to be honest, this fusion is just feeling kind of too much for my account. If she was someone maybe like, I don't know, like someone that really would change my teams in my game, probably would go for her. But as it is right now, I think she's good, but she's not that good for me to be sinking every single one of my resources on her, okay? So, and I don't understand, it just feels like the cost per energy was so much higher on tournaments and events and everything else. So, kind of a little bothered about that. I really don't like to pass out on fusions, but let's be honest, a lot of times you guys have to pick and choose, and the most because as soon as this fusion's done, you guys know you're gonna have another one coming up, so you really need to think what matters to you the most, okay? All right, guys, so we are in the main account right now. So just so you guys see, in the main account, I would say I have enough resources. I already ran Dragon, 4,400. I did not actually went through Dancer's Path, really. Didn't get any of the fragments. Now, even not getting those, I would still be able to complete this. And that's the thing, having the resources does not mean you guys need to waste them. Now, tomorrow we're gonna be having the Brave Deck of Fate coming up. Now, let's be honest, I don't have to do it because I actually pulled the Knave of Hearts really early during as soon as he came up. Pretty much I pulled one shard and he was on it. So yeah, so I'm holding up to that, not really sure. I thought, let's be honest, I thought about going for Sand Devil. I usually do Sand Devil because I feel it's worth the energy if you have a fast enough team. And trust me, I run a lot of times on stage 4 or 8 because I can one-shot the clan boss, And you have to look a lot of times percentage-wise of points, how much you're spending, how many points you're getting, if that's worth or not. Sure, the only problem is you don't get as good resources from Sand Devil, so you really need to think where your account is and what you want to do. Now, the thing is, the summon pool, it looks very interesting. I actually do have Theodore, pretty good activator. I think I may have Calvalex. To be honest, I am going through my main account a lot, and I'm trying to build a lot of champions, so that's what I probably should be focusing my resources right now. I would love to get White Queen Akora, and actually Gaia, the Truth Shield, looks interesting too. And for sure Lausanne. So, interesting thing about Lausanne is like attacks one enemy, has 80% chance to place a 25% weaken, and pretty much 100% if booked, and that's on A1, which is pretty good. A2, the HP levels of all allies will be brought up to the level of the ally with the highest HP. That's major, depending where you are in the game, and actually what dungeon or which, I don't know, clan boss you're fighting. I just feel there's a lot of use. Now, as you guys know, Taunt doesn't do much for Hydra anymore, but most areas of the game, that's pretty good to have. It's on a 5-turn cooldown, so also not too bad. Pretty solid champion, and it has faction allies, right? So you get an increased ally defense in all battles by 25%, and increased ally resistance in all battles by 6% for all Knights Revenant. Knights Revenant have pretty good champions, so that would be of interest for me. So I need to decide. I may actually get some crystals, not so sure. Prices are not too bad this time. And how many? 40 to summon. That's the only thing I have to argue. It's like, here's great, right? 20. What does 20 do to me? Maybe you have 20 holding on from the last one. Sure, good. Get 20 more, just complete. 80, perfect size. But then you start getting to the 210s. So I guess good because you get 10 more, but it's not a complete set. So we're gonna decide on that. I'll definitely be running the Sand Devil just to get up to that point. I just feel that on the free to play, that would be a lot more interesting. And it's basically because on my main accounts, I have all those champions, the epics, and it is the highest chance for you to get epic champions. But like if I was to pull in the most on the Hell Hades free to play challenge, if I was to pull Miscreated Monster, that would be massive. If Rector Drath, I don't think would do as much of a difference in my account because of some of the other champions I have. But yes, I do feel yeah, he would be like massive for me. But he's one out of a lot of other champions, so for me to sink the little energy I have on that would not work. But for my main account, I may luck out and get one of the legendaries that would make somewhat a difference, right? Now, if you guys are going for Deck of Fate tomorrow, Knave of Hearts, pretty good champion. And let's take a look at his kit. So he's A1. Each hit has 30% chance of placing a provoke debuff for 1 turn. Each hit also heals the ally with the lowest HP by 3% of this champion's max HP. And his damage is based on HP, so that's pretty good. A2 has a 75% chance of stealing 2 random buffs from each target, places a 15% continuous heal buff in all allies except this champion for 2 turns. Also place an unkillable buff and a taunt buff on this champion for 2 turns. Also damage and HP. So I always feel HP based champions are probably some of the best because they get pretty bulky and they hit half decently hard. And on the A3, swaps HP with a target enemy and places a 100% heal reduction on that enemy for 2 turns. This debuff cannot be removed, transferred, or have its duration decreased by enemies. Then equalize HP levels of all allies. HP levels of all allies will be brought up to the level of the ally with the highest HP. This is massive. That's almost like the faction champion we saw on that is coming up for the Priest Shards. So pretty good champion. I would say it's almost worth more to actually use your resources on the Deck of Fate than keep going for that fusion. Like if I didn't have him, I would probably have like stopped everything and just gone for him. I feel it's a much better choice. And that's the thing, when you guys play the game, be a spender or be a free to play, you do need to stop sometimes and analyze if what is worth for you, okay? In this case, for me, pretty much a stop. Go to get my own free prism shards and take from there. So yeah, I guess that's it for that fragment fusion for me. Let me know if you guys are still going for it, or if you decided to quit, or if you never even went for it. Alright guys, thank you very much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the game.